Once again, our topic is 360-degree relationships. Let's begin this way. You have heard me say it before. Life is all about relationships. Life is all about relationships. You are a product of relationships, and you can only thrive through relationships. Like I said in the description to this video, from the cradle to the grave, your life is going to be all about people. It took at least 2 people to conceive you. It took a number of people to deliver you when you were born. It took some people to educate you at every level. Right now, you are either working for somebody or working for people, or you are serving people as an entrepreneur. Guess what? When you grow old, people will take care of you. When you exit the earth, people will bury you. So your life is all about people. If life is all about relationships, I think it is only wise for us to understand how to cultivate relationships and how to make the most of our relationships. That is the reason why I say that the quality of your life is tied to the quality of your relationships. The quality of your life is tied to the quality of your relationships. This is what I have discovered, that good relationships are like gardens. Good relationships, great relationships, blissful relationships are like gardens. They need to be cultivated. They must be cultivated. The only things that grow without attention are weeds. And if you leave your relationships to just grow by themselves, you are likely to find yourself in relationships with the wrong people. You are likely to find your relationships going in the wrong direction. So what I want to do in this series is to share time-tested principles of brokering and building healthy and productive relationships with people at every level. There are people above you. There are people on your level. There are people below you. When I say above, on your level, or below you, I'm not talking about quality. I'm not talking about their value. I'm talking about their placement. Okay, if you work in an organization, you probably have bosses, you have colleagues, you have subordinates. If you enter a new space, you have people who were there before you. You have people who are coming in at the same time as you, and you have people who are going to come in after you. You need all those people in your life. You need to learn how to broker relationships and how to nurture or cultivate excellent relationships with people all around you. You need to, learn to cultivate relationships with very wealthy people. You need to cultivate relationships with people that are, below you financially, below you, or people who are coming up, in life, who are behind you, so to speak. You need everybody at every level, and you've got to master how to relate with them. Tonight's focus is on you. What I came to share with you is life is not about you. All these relationships are not all about you, but a lot depends on you. Okay? A lot depends on you. This is a big idea I want you to remember. The quality of your relationship with others will never exceed the quality of your relationship with yourself. And that's the reason why I am starting with you tonight. The quality of your relationship with other people will not exceed the quality of your relationship with yourself. Let me say it in another way. How you see yourself is how you treat yourself. How you treat yourself is how you are likely to treat other people. And if there's anything you should know about people, people are mirrors. They only reflect back to you what you put out to them. So how you see yourself is how you treat yourself. How you treat yourself is how you are going to treat other people. And how you treat other people is how they are going to treat you. So tonight I want you to focus on you, not in a selfish way, but for you to understand the quality of your relationships will never exceed, your relationship with other people, will never exceed the quality of your relationship with yourself. I think Brian Tracy puts it in a better way. Let me share with you this quote from Brian Tracy. He said, "The more you like and respect yourself, the more you like and respect other people. The more you consider yourself to be a valuable and worthwhile person, the more you consider others to be valuable and worthwhile as well. So before we start talking about your relationship with other people, let's talk about your relationship with yourself. If you don't see yourself as a big deal, you won't see other people that way. If you don't see yourself as somebody that's important, you won't see other people that way. It is difficult for you to do for other people what you don't consider normal in your life or what you don't consider possible for you. When you are in a relationship with people, for example, and they begin to share dreams and aspirations, whatever you don't believe is possible for you, it is difficult for you to support or encourage somebody else, all right, to pursue it in their own lives. And so the quality of your relationship with yourself, the quality of your inner reality will govern or will condition your relationship with other people. I have two suggestions I want to make tonight. Just two broad suggestions. Of course, they have things I'm going to explain under each one of them, but two broad suggestions tonight. I want you to celebrate you and I want you to cultivate you. I want you to celebrate you and I want you to what? I want you to cultivate you. So let's consider them one after the other. The first one is celebrate you. Celebrate you. If you were following me and you were part of the teaching we did last week and in the last few weeks, you remember I told you that you are a seed. You are a creature of immense potential and possibilities. Let me make that statement again in another way. You are actually the seed of your own success. Okay? Whatever is going to happen in your life and through your life is already in your life in seed form. So first, you've got to celebrate you. You've got to fall in love with you. You've got to see value in you. You have to realize that you are not just different. You are special and you have to see it. Let me say that again. You have to realize that you are not just different. You are special and you have to see it. I like to put it this way. You are not just different. You are different by design. You are not just different. You are different by design. So my message to you this evening is to embrace your design, embrace your purpose, and embrace everything you. If you don't see yourself as a big deal, there is a problem. If you don't see yourself as deserving of success, there is a problem. If you look at yourself and all you see are your quirks and your weaknesses and your shortcomings and you don't see your uniqueness, there is a problem. The beginning of a fantastic relationship with yourself is for you to look at yourself and be able to say, I am worthy of celebration. I am a valuable person. I am an important person. But honestly speaking, you have to be able to discover yourself for you to be able to celebrate yourself. You've got to know what is special about you. Okay, I like the way somebody I respect a great deal said it so many years ago. He said, you are a definite supply to a definite demand. You are an answer to prayer. See, but you've got to know what the demand is. You've got to know what the supply is. You've got to know what your unique contribution is, okay, to this world or to making this world a better place or to living this world better than you found it. I'm going to tell you a story, all right? It's in one of my books that I'm currently working on. I wrote something about myself. I want to read it to you because I don't want to miss out anything I wrote in this little piece, okay? But it's about me. So, as a little boy, I was a bit clumsy. Okay, when I was younger, I was fat, I was round, I was slow. Okay, it seemed like every other person was good at some sport except me. I couldn't run, play soccer, or scale the high jump. I hated mathematics with a passion. Science freaked me out. When I heard the word school, to me, it meant torture. That was until one fateful day that a man walked into our class. I will never forget that day. It was a little bit dark. Okay, it was a rainy day, a bit cloudy. This man walked into our class and introduced himself as our music teacher. That was the beginning of my self-discovery. I finally found something that I could do. I could sing. It didn't bother me anymore that others, could do other things, or that even others were better singers. I loved to sing more than anything else, and now I was happy. In the course of time, a school choir was formed. The entry process was a little bit daunting for some, but for me, it was a piece of cake. I was a natural. The school choir did shows in school and on television. And with each performance, my confidence soared. You know how it feels when like 12 noon or 2 p.m. or you have to leave school in the school bus with just a few other kids and everybody knows you're going to TV. Let me tell you the way it works, or it worked in those days. You see, I was in the boarding house, but I had cousins who were day students. So after school, they will go home and they will come back the following day and tell me, Shegun, we saw you on television. Of course, my popularity soared in school. I became, an item. I was popular now. In those days, I was really short, but I could sing. And in the TV station, they will have to stretch the camera to pick me at the back. Okay? And then I would get home and everybody says, we saw you on TV. You're singing on TV. One of those times, I met accomplished musicians, people like Jimmy Sholanke. I met them in the studio. I felt like I was a big deal. I went for shows. Now I am special. I finally became known for something special, and it didn't matter anymore that I couldn't run or play soccer. Since then, I have grown to discover more about myself. Most importantly, I have come to discover that I am special because I am different. And it's the same thing for everybody listening to me this evening. You are special. You are different. You see, you would only feel normal. You would only feel like one face in the crowd until you discover your uniqueness. Let's push it a little bit further this evening. If there's anything we all have in common, it is strengths and weaknesses. So when I say celebrate you, I'm not just talking about the things you like everybody to know about you. I'm talking about both your strengths and your weaknesses. You see, it is a unique combination of your strengths and weaknesses that makes you distinctly you. As a matter of fact, your strengths create a need for you in the lives of other people, and your weaknesses creates a need for other people in your life. So, your strengths make you confident, while your weaknesses keep you humble. If you had issues with your weaknesses, if you had made effort to hide your weaknesses, I'm going to speak further about that as we proceed. But if you're that kind of person that you're trying to not make other people see your weaknesses, you're wasting your efforts. Weaknesses are like noses. Everybody has one. The only reason why anybody will use your weakness against you is because your weakness or your weaknesses are overshadowing your strengths. But for as long as you put your strengths to work, as long as you are making contribution, watch this, and the contribution through your strengths is greater than the withdrawals you make through your weaknesses, people will celebrate you. Why? People understand we all have strengths, we all have weaknesses. This is what I found out. Your confidence will attract people to you. Your weaknesses will keep you humble. So, your strengths, make you confident. Your weaknesses make you humble. So, your confidence will attract people and your humility will keep people in your life. So, you need your weaknesses. So, when I say celebrate you, I'm talking about the total package. Celebrate the whole of you. That is the starting point. You see, nobody wants a liability. Everybody wants an asset. If you point attention on your weaknesses, if you allow yourself to be weighed down because you have weaknesses, that's on you. Because it's not because you have something everybody does not have. What successful people do is pay more attention to their strengths than they pay to their weaknesses. Let me quickly help somebody with this. You have a greater chance of becoming better where you are good than becoming good where you are bad. So continue to make effort in the area where you're strong, all right, and stop allowing your weaknesses to sabotage you. That's the first suggestion I have for you tonight. Celebrate you. The second suggestion I have for you tonight, and that's where we're going to round up, is cultivate you. Cultivate you. Now, anybody who's been following me for quite a while, you know I am big on personal development. If you go to some of the teachings we've done in the past few weeks, especially the 4-part series, to be your best. It's all about cultivating you. I'm just going to say a few things tonight that I did not say in those teachings that we've done in the past. Okay, when I say cultivate you, this is what I'm saying. So you've got strengths, you've got weaknesses. Don't forget I said you are a seed. If truly you are a seed, then you've got to be cultivated. In other words, don't expect people to take you just as you are. You were not designed to be served just as you are. You are to cultivate yourself. You see, God does not give anybody finished products. All he gives are raw materials. So they are to be cultivated. Okay, your strengths are to be cultivated. Your gifts, your talents are to be cultivated. You are to be developed, and you've got to start by taking responsibility for yourself. So when I say cultivate you, I'm going to share with you a 3-step process. When I say cultivate you, I want to share with you a 3-step process, okay, that you should go through as you seek to cultivate yourself. Number 1, confront your past. Okay, confront your past. You've got to see it for what it is. Now, when I say confront your past, we have everything in our past. We have good experiences. We have challenging experiences in our past. We have some people, okay, devastating experiences. Now, you've got to see them for what they are. And what are they? A necessary foundation for success. A necessary foundation for success. I like what Rick Warren did in his book, Purpose Driven Life, when he talked about your shape. Okay, the word SHAPE, okay, actually stands for your spiritual experience or spiritual maturity. Then H stands for heart, which is passion. A stands for, ability. But that's talking about your talents and all of that. P stands for your personality, but I'm not talking about all of those ones. E stands for experience. You see, everything you have been through is God's way of equipping you for something he has called you to. So whatever it is that is in your past, you've got to see it for what it is. A necessary foundation for success. So what am I supposed to do with my past? I hope you are taking notes. Extract valuable lessons from your past. Okay? Extract valuable lessons from your past. Define your patterns through your past. Listen, when you sit and you look over your past without, bias, without any negative emotions, you will see patterns. You will see your tendencies, okay? You will see your proclivities. You will see patterns in your past. And the moment you know your patterns, you can come up with a plan to undermine your negative patterns. You can come up with a plan to maximize your positive patterns. It is through studying your past, confronting your past, that you can truly tell yourself, am I a morning person or am I a night person? Okay, your past is full of data that can help you make the most of your future. Now, after you extract valuable lessons from your past, you see your patterns. One important thing you've got to do with the past is you've got to let it go. Okay, no matter what it is, you've got to let it go. If it's a negative experience or if you did something that was very terrible, please accept God's forgiveness. Okay, accept healing from God. Forgive yourself and forgive others and let it go. Okay, let it go. The most valuable thing you can do with your past is what I've told you to do with it tonight. Extract valuable lessons, define your patterns, see your proclivities and your possibilities. And after you have done all of that, receive healing. If it was a negative experience, if it was a positive experience, some victories, you've got to let it go. Because sometimes, better is the enemy of good. Or better still, good is the enemy of better. When you hold on to good, you cannot proceed to better. When you hold on to better, you cannot proceed to your best. When you hear somebody always telling stories of something that happened in the past, okay, every time they're excited, they're telling a story of something that happened in the past, that is somebody that is trapped in the past. Even if the stories they are telling are positive stories. You can't be a graduate right now when you're still talking about how you scored 8 A's when you did your SSC. No, you've got to move on. Okay, stop kissing your trophies, stop hugging your victories, and let them go. On the flip side, something bad happened, something negative happened, even if you were the perpetrator of evil. Ask and accept forgiveness. Ask and accept healing. Okay, forgive yourself, forgive other people, and let it go. What are we talking about? We're talking about building a healthy relationship with yourself. Because the quality of your relationship with yourself will determine the quality of your relationship with other people. And I said I've got two big suggestions I'm sharing with you tonight. The first one is celebrate you, and the second one is cultivate you. Sorry for that. The second one is cultivate you. Now, under cultivate you, I've got 3 steps I want to share with you. The first one, like I've said now, is what? Confront your past. The second one is preview your future. Preview your future. You see, at this point, you have to use your imagination. You have to dream big. If you are a person of faith, it is at this point that you ask God to reveal to you your possibilities. If you are a person of prayer, this is the time where you leverage Jeremiah chapter 33 and verse 3 and say, Father, show me these great and mighty things that I do not know. Show me what's possible. Show me what you designed me for. Show me what I can do with all the equipping that I have. And God says, He will answer you and He will show you great and mighty things that you know not. If you are not deeply spiritual, then use your imagination, dream big. Let me ask you a few questions, or one question, by the way, to help you unleash your imagination. Think about this. If you can have everything you wish for, if money was not a problem, you have all the resources you need, if you have everything you could ever desire or wish for, what will you devote the rest of your life to? Listen, answering that question will unleash your imagination. If I can travel anywhere I want, if I don't have any health challenge, if I have access to all the skillful people I need, if I have all the money I could ever need in this world, what will I devote the rest of my life to? If you can answer that question honestly, you would unlock what truly is your dream, what truly is your passion. And this is what I came to say to you tonight. Your dreams are valid. Now listen to this. Difficult is not the same thing as impossible. Because for some people, from where you are sitting right now, it's almost impossible for what you can imagine in your heart to come to pass. But difficult is not impossible. As a matter of fact, if you can imagine it, it is possible. For people of faith, the Bible says that unto him who is able to do exceeding abundantly, far above what you can ask or imagine. What God said in that verse, Ephesians 3:20, is that if you can think it, it is the least that God can make happen for you. So at this point, you want to dream big. What am I putting in your hands? I'm putting in your hands elements that makes you the kind of person that people want to do life with. That person that is not trapped in the past, that person that is excited about the future, okay, that has what we call big, hairy, audacious goals. That person that is willing to hope, willing to believe. That person that has audacity to believe that things are going to get better in the future than they are right now. That is the kind of person people want to relate with. If you're going to tell yourself the truth, that is the kind of person you want to be married to. That's the kind of person you want to work for. That is the kind of person you want working for you. That is the kind of person each and every one of us want to do life with. I said it's a 3-step process I'm sharing with you. Confront your past, preview your future, and then finally maximize the moment. Maximize the moment. What am I saying? The moment you've been able to deal with the past and you let it go, and then you can see what the future holds, you take that data, put them together, and let them become your push in the present. So this is what I'm saying. If I know that my dreams are valid, if I know that my dreams are going to come to pass, how am I going to pursue them today? I'm going to definitely put my best foot forward. I'm going to live my best life now. And that's what I'm asking you to do, okay? Make the most of every opportunity available to you. Be present 110%. I'm talking to you if you have friends in your life, you have a family already, you are working a job, be present, okay? Don't let your head be in the clouds so much that you are useless to people that you are doing life with right now. Let the way you go about the things you are doing right now reveal to people how much you believe in a bright future, how much you believe that things are going to turn around. Don't let the devastation of your past become the prophecy of your future. I like to say it this way: your history is not your prophecy. See, the past is in the past, and apart from extracting valuable lessons and seeing patterns and letting it go, there's nothing you can do about the past. The future is in the future. The best way to do anything about the future is what we do today. I like the words of Alan Lakin when he said that planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now. So to maximize the moment, you want to make the most of every opportunity. You want to be present. 110, when you're holding conversations with people, be present. You have a meeting, stop fidgeting with your phone. Be present. Somebody is talking to you. Be present. You are engaging with your children. Be present. Don't let worries, don't let regrets rob you of the present. You become the kind of person people don't want to do life with. Okay, if you are worried, if you are living, a life of regrets, you will just notice there's a cloud, there's an aura around you that repels people. But when you're the kind of person that is, you are free of the past and you are excited about the future, it will show in the way you go about the present. You are going to be excited. Okay, there's going to be spring in your steps. There's brightness in your eyes. Everybody can just tell this person is going somewhere. And guess what? It makes you attractive. It makes them want to go on that journey with you. The last thing I'm going to say to you to maximize the moment is to exceed expectations. Make excellence your minimum standard. What I'm describing are qualities, are traits that makes you attractive, that makes you the kind of person people want to do life with. Exceed expectations. Make excellence your minimum standard. I'm going to round up this evening with the words of John C. Maxwell from his book, The 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication. Look at what he said. John Maxwell said that the standards you set for yourself are always the more important. They should be higher than the standards anyone else would set for you. Because in the end, you have to live with yourself and judge yourself and feel good about yourself. And the best way to do this or to do that is to live up to your highest potential. Live up to your highest potential. What am I saying? Exceed expectations. Make excellence your minimum standard. What have we learned today? That life is all about relationships. That from the cradle to the grave, your life is going to be about people. That the quality of your life is tied or is determined by the quality of your relationships. And we have said this evening that the way you relate with yourself or the quality of your relationship with yourself will determine the quality of your relationships with other people. Because how you see yourself is how you treat yourself. And how you treat yourself is how you are going to treat other people. And how you treat other people is how they are going to treat you, because people are mirrors. So if you see yourself as a big deal, you will treat yourself as a big deal. You will treat other people as a big deal, and they will in turn treat you like a big deal. That's the way it works. And we've gone into details of how to bring the best out of yourself. I said two major things to you tonight. Celebrate you. Embrace your uniqueness. Celebrate both your strengths and your weaknesses. Why? Your strengths make you confident. Your weaknesses make you humble. Confidence attracts people to you. Since your weakness makes you humble, your humility keeps people in your life. And I've shared with you how to cultivate you. Don't offer yourself to your world raw. Process you, cultivate you, bring out the best in you. So I told you to confront your past, preview your future, and maximize the moment. It is on that note we are going to end tonight's broadcast. Next week, Wednesday, we'll continue this conversation as we start looking at what I call the law of recognition. It's going to be a beautiful time. Don't miss next week, Wednesday, for anything.